You know, they always say you can't run from your past. But damn if I didn't try swapping my Special Forces gear for greasy overalls, my sidearm for a socket wrench, figuring I'd bury all that chaos in the dust of Dusty Ridge, this sleepy Arizona border town where the sun bakes everything into submission and the biggest drama is usually who's winning the chili cook-off. I was just Sarah Jenkins now, single mom running a little auto shop on the edge of town, nails black with oil, raising my boy Tyler to fix engines instead of breaking him. But then Victor Ramirez folks called him the Hawk, 'cause he swooped in on anything weak, decided my quiet life was his next plaything, snatching Tyler right after school to force me into rigging his smuggling trucks. Thinking a washed-up mechanic like me wouldn't fight back. Big mistake, 'cause when you mess with a mom's kid, you unleash something fiercer than any Desert Storm, man. That's how my past came roaring back, turning a simple garage into ground zero for a reckoning nobody saw coming. It started ordinary enough, you know, that dry heat shimmering off the asphalt as I slid under a beat-up Chevy, Tyler ribbing me from the sidelines like he always did, 17, and already thinking he knew more about torque than I did, cracking jokes about how I'd burn out the clutch if I didn't ease up, his dad's old humor shining through even though his old man was long gone, lost to some senseless accident years back that left me raising him solo in this forgotten corner where the border fence cuts dreams from desperation like a rusty blade. We'd built this life together, me teaching him wrenches over homework, him keeping me grounded with that goofy grin that could melt ice in July. But lately, I caught whispers around town, folks at Maria's diner muttering about the Hawks crew pushing harder, squeezing small businesses for protection or favors, all tied to their runs through the desert hauling God knows what across the line. And sure enough, my helper once showed up one morning looking like he'd seen a ghost, hands shaky as he lit a smoke, and told me some slick suits had swung by after hours, asking about my skills for heavy mods, reinforced frames, hidden spots, the kind of work that screams trouble. I brushed it off at first, told myself it was just border noise, but deep down, man, that gut twist from my army days kicked in, the one that saved my ass in Iraq more times than I care to count, scanning exits and threats like breathing. Then the bell jingled, and in walked Eduardo Vargas, the Hawk's right-hand snake in a suit that screamed too much money for honest dirt, eyes cold as a rattler, flanked by two goons who stood like they owned the air we breathed, casual, but hands itching near holsters, sending that clear message: talk nice or things get messy. Ms. Jenkins, he drawls, flashing teeth too white for this dusty hellhole. Mr. Ramirez, here's you're the best wrench in Dusty Ridge, thinks you could help with some fleet upgrades. Good pay, steady work. I wiped my hands on a rag, kept my voice steady, years of training keeping the panic at bay, told him flat out my shop's booked for legit jobs. Try Phoenix if they want fancy, but his smile just twisted, pulling out his phone to show a pic of Tyler at soccer practice, walking home the same route every day, and damn if the world didn't go silent, that deadly quiet before a firefight. Just an observation, he says, all smooth poison. Mr. Ramirez values family, protecting what's yours should be priority one, right? Get out, I snapped, but inside, my mind was already mapping contingencies, old habits firing up like an engine I'd tried to let rust. By afternoon, Tyler was gone, school secretary fumbling lies about canceled practice, coach vanished on some emergency, and my calls to his cell straight to voicemail. That confident kid voice promising to call back, twisting my heart like barbed wire. Then Eduardo's call, background humming with welders and shouts, confirming they had him safe, offering the deal, my garage for their rigs, where Tyler learned some hard lessons about anatomy, starting small. Rage boiled up, but I played cool, drove to their compound out in the Badlands, razor wire, guards like ex-military sellouts. The whole setup screaming power grab through blood and bribes, and there was the Hawk himself, Victor Ramirez, short but sharp, in his glass-walled office overlooking techs turning SUVs into smuggling beasts, smiling like we were old pals as he laid out the partnership. 50 grand a month for my expertise. Tyler as collateral till I proved loyal. You've got skills, Sarah, discreet, efficient, no questions, he says, flipping through a file on my life that shouldn't exist. My army tours, Tyler's college dreams, twisting each fact like a knife. I nodded, cataloged exits and weak spots, 'cause he didn't know threatening my boy didn't break might armed me. turning maternal love into something lethal. That's when the counterstrike hit, unexpected even to me, raking out through back channels. Father Miguel at the old mission pointing me to Doc Elena Ruiz, who slipped me to Agent Maria Santos, a Fed embedded deep, watching Ramirez's empire for months, corruption rotting local cops and border patrol like bad fruit. Options suck, she says over bitter motel coffee, maps pinning Ramirez's web from drugs to trafficking people like cargo. Cooperate and die slow, or we go gray off books. Your skills, my intel. Gear waited in a storage unit. Vest, night vision, M4 carbine feeling like an old flame I never wanted back, but damn if it didn't fit perfect. Muscle memory flooding in as I scouted the compound, timing patrols, exploiting their cocky routines. Infiltration at dusk, shift change chaos, my window slipped the wire, breached the container where Tyler sat zip-tied with 3 others. Sophia, a businesswoman extorted for her factories. Miguel, a trucker pinched for routes. Doc Hernandez, forced to patch their wounds without snitching. Tyler's eyes lit up seeing me intact. Gear, Mom. What the? But we moved fast, hearts pounding as alarms wailed too soon, stealing a modded truck and tearing into the night. Bullets shattering glass while I weaved through scrub, setting ambushes in a dry wash that turned their chase into a graveyard. Explosives flipping SUVs. Bursts dropping goons. Tyler warning my flank just in time to knife the last one sneaking up, his hesitation my edge. That split-second shock at facing a mom-gone warrior. We weren't done, Ramirez called, threats dripping like venom. But we flipped it, storming his ranch under negotiation guise. Flash drives of Fed dirt as bait. Tyler clocking him with a lamp when talks turned south. Me finishing with a shot that echoed finality. His empire crumbling as guards scattered like roaches in light. Feds cleaned up. Hostages safe. Sophia rebuilding legit. Miguel driving free. Doc starting fresh, but as Tyler and I drove home, dust settling, he asked soft, "You okay with this, Mom? All the killing to save us?" "Yeah, baby. 'Cause the alternative was losing you, and some fights choose you, turning past scars into shields." Back in Dusty Ridge, garage humming again, Tyler's grin back, but change prouder, wiser, knowing ordinary life's the real prize worth the blood. Yet, I wonder sometimes, was it justice or just vengeance? Crossing lines the law won't touch leaves you thinking, right? What about you? Ever faced something that dragged your past back, making you choose between rules and what's right? Drop a comment. Share your take on vigilante justice or border town messes. Love hearing your stories. Might spark the next one. Hit subscribe if this hit home, and let's chat.